Caitlin Clark might make you want to lose every game, but not here, not in Minnesota.
Let's set the record straight on Cheryl Reeve. She thought she could shut down Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin had other plans, and it didn't go well for Reeve or the Minnesota Lynx. This was the night Clark got her revenge on her WNBA critics, and all eyes were on her. On July 14th, with a packed crowd of 19,000 at the Target Center, fans weren't just escaping the summer heat. They came for one reason: Caitlin Clark.
If you can, take a look at this. This is really cool. The Wolves shared this drone video from the game last week. As you can see,
this was Lawson and Uhas with the tip, and here's Caitlin.
This wasn't just another game. It was Caitlin Clark's chance for revenge, not just against any team, but against the players and coach who doubted her and kept her off Team USA. That's right, Cheryl Reeve had made her dislike for Caitlin crystal clear, and now Caitlin was here to prove them all wrong. This wasn't just about a win, it was a fight for respect. Known for her deep threes and relentless drive, Clark, the star guard, always thrived under pressure, shining brightest in
sides. We're going for as high as $2,000 for the front row for this game.
Stepped onto the court with a calm confidence, as if it were any other game, but the energy in the arena was electric. Half the crowd erupted in cheers for Clark, while the other half rallied behind Cheryl Reeve and the Lynx. This wasn't just a typical WNBA matchup, it was Clark's long-awaited shot at revenge. Reeve, head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, had openly doubted Clark, even keeping her off Team USA, and Clark was ready to make a statement. Reeve made a statement of her own, showing up courtside in a bold shirt reading "Black Girls Rock." It was a strong, intentional message, sparking conversation among fans. But Clark, focused on the game, remained unbothered. She let her play do the talking. When the first whistle blew, it was clear that Clark was on a mission. Every time she touched the ball, Lynx defenders swarmed her, trying to throw her off her game. But Caitlin stayed calm, her court vision sharp as she dished out assists and created opportunities. She set the tone with a quick steal, driving to the basket for an effortless layup. The crowd roared, sensing the intensity of what was to come. The Lynx weren't going down easy. On the next possession, A'ja Wilson answered with a powerful move in the paint, setting the stage for what would be a fiercely contested game. Minnesota's defense clamped down hard on Clark, forcing her into a tough shooting stretch where she hit only 1 of 4 attempts. But despite the relentless pressure, Clark didn't falter. Instead of forcing shots, she used her sharp passing to find open teammates, racking up 6 assists in the first quarter alone. Her playmaking kept the Fever in control, and they held a solid 20-9 lead heading into the second quarter. The game intensified in the second quarter when Cecilia Zandalasini drained a three-pointer, sending Lynx fans into a frenzy. Clark took it personally, almost as if she was saying, "Let me show you how it's done." She stormed back with fierce energy, breaking through the Lynx defense with aggressive drives and pinpoint passes. Aaliyah Boston and Nalisa Smith provided crucial support, dominating the boards and bringing relentless energy that kept the Fever in the fight. The crowd fed off the momentum, their cheers growing louder with every Fever basket. Sensing Clark's impact, the Lynx adjusted their defense to focus on Boston and Smith, inadvertently giving Clark more space. She seized the opportunity, finding her rhythm and adding 7 points by halftime. Her leadership kept Indiana competitive, and by the end of the second quarter, the score was tied at 48. Fans could sense that Clark was just getting started, and her breakthrough felt imminent. In the third quarter, Minnesota tightened their defense, refusing to give Clark an inch. She responded by threading a perfect pass to Nalisa Smith, who scored and put the Lynx on edge. Frustration began to show as Minnesota struggled to contain Clark, who kept finding ways to break through. Then, late in the quarter, down by 7, Clark took a hard foul from Zandalasini as she tried to free herself. The refs let the physical play continue, which only added fuel to the simmering tension between Clark and the Lynx. Despite the bruising defense, Clark wasn't backing down. By the end of the third quarter, she'd scored 7 points, and the Fever trailed by only 7. Heading into the fourth, Reeve looked tense on the sidelines, sensing her strategy might be failing. The Lynx's plan was clear: do whatever it took to keep Clark from taking over. But Clark was far from done. As the fourth quarter began, she went to work, taking control in ways that left Minnesota scrambling. She hit a step-back three-pointer, then drained another long-range shot from nearly half-court. Each time the Lynx doubled her, Clark found an open teammate, keeping Indiana's offense fluid and unpredictable. Her moves were sharp and relentless, and on one memorable play, she crossed up a Lynx defender so badly that they stumbled and rolled their ankle. Clark was unstoppable. She weaved through Minnesota's defense, making every move count. Within minutes, she erased the Lynx's lead and put the Fever ahead. The crowd, once divided, was now united in awe of Clark's takeover. Reeve was visibly frustrated, her defensive game plan unraveling as Clark dominated. A timeout was called, but it was too late. Clark had seized control of the game. With the score tied at 71 and just minutes left, Clark held the ball, watching Reeve on the sidelines as if daring her to find an answer. She let the clock wind down, then made a quick move off a screen, drawing the defense in before dishing it to Boston, who scored a crucial layup that tipped the momentum back in Indiana's favor. The final moments were tense, but Clark's playmaking and poise held strong. When the buzzer sounded, the Fever had claimed an 81-74 victory. Clark finished with 17 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Statistically impressive, but more importantly, it was the message she sent. In the post-game interview, Reeve didn't hide her frustration.
Yeah, take a look at this. This is really cool. The Wolves shared this drone video from the game last week. As you can see,
Defensively, we played, again, mostly well enough to win. Our offense is putting so much pressure on our defense. Make one mistake and they score, and it just hurts you so.
She acknowledged the hard work her team had put in to contain Clark, but admitted that, ultimately, Clark's skill and resilience had won the day. This wasn't just a victory. For Caitlin Clark, it was personal. She'd earned the respect she sought, silencing her critics and proving she belonged on any stage, even against those who doubted her.